In this video, we will be using directional symbols to find and plot points on a coordinate plane. In this new adventure, our friend the parrot down here, we'll call him Parrot, is going to be navigating the map in search of treasure using not only coordinates or ordered pairs, but also directional words like north, east, west, and south. I'm going to place a compass rose up here as a navigational symbol to help us identify which direction is which. So we will be using north to represent any time we need to move up or vertically along the y-axis. East will tell us we're moving to the right. West will tell us that we're going to be moving one block to the left, and south will tell us we're going to be moving down. Every time we move, we are going to be moving one block. So if we are moving north one block, starting here at the treasure, we would be moving from one intersection to the next. If we were moving east one block, we would move one block to the right. If we were moving west 2 blocks, we would move 2 blocks to the left. Before we get started, let's review some vocabulary. Down here in the lower left-hand corner, where the x and y axis meet, you will see 0, 0. That is where we always start. It is called our origin. I'm going to place Parrot on top of the origin because he's going to start there for us today as well. Now, when Parrot needs to move horizontally across the bottom line, or east to west, he's going to be moving along the x-axis. And when he's traveling north to south or along the vertical line, he's traveling along the y-axis. Now let's get started. Okay, our first direction is going to have our parrot traveling 5 blocks east and 2 blocks north. So here he's starting at 0, 0, our origin, and he's going to go 5 blocks east, which is 5 blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's going to be going 2 blocks north, 2 blocks up. 1, 2. So our friend the parrot has made it onto the island. By traveling that distance, I'm going to record the coordinates here next to him just so we can remember. So if I am heading like he was, 5 blocks along the x-axis, my coordinate for the x-axis, which always goes first, is going to be 5, and then my coordinate for the y-axis, which always goes second, is 2. So I'm going to plot that. Then we're going to give him another direction. Now we're going to have our friend travel from where he is, and he's going to go 4 blocks north and 1 block west. So 4 blocks north, we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 block west, we're going to go 1 block to the left. Now if I'm looking at the coordinates, because I want to plot these points so he can always keep track of where he's been, he is now located along the line on the x-axis. That is a 4, a positive 4, and along the y-axis, he's all the way up here to a 6. So the ordered pair used to represent his position now would be 4, 6. Now we're going to see if the parrot can find some things. So our next direction is going to tell him to travel 4 blocks west and 4 blocks south and see what item he finds there. So if he is heading 4 blocks west, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 blocks south, 1, 2, 3, 4, he is going to wind up at the pirate ship. So as I go to write the coordinates for the pirate ship here, one thing I have to remember is that no matter how far our parrot has traveled around this map, when we identify the coordinates, we're always just starting at 0, 0. So it's how far away we are from the 0 that tells us what our ordered pair is. So he traveled a long distance, but he ended up here, only a couple blocks away from the origin. So we're going to look at that. We start with our x-axis. How far did he travel on the x-axis? Well, that pirate ship is nowhere. It is at 0. So the x-axis for the pirate ship is going to be 0. And the y-axis, he has traveled all of 2 blocks north. So our y-axis would be 2. Now we want our friend to travel 2 blocks south and 9 blocks east. So he's going to move 2 blocks down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks east. And he finds himself at the message in the bottle. So again, I'm going to identify those coordinates, but I'm identifying them as if I was starting from 0. So we're looking at the x-axis first. So how many places did he move to the right? It is 9. He moved 9 spots, so our x-coordinate would be 9. And then how many places did he move up the y-axis or vertically? And that is a big fat 0 because he is right on that line. Our last task here is to see if we can figure out how to move our parrot friend to the place we want him to go. So our next question is going to ask, how far and in what direction would he need to travel to reach the captain's wheel? So over here we find the captain's wheel. So we need to figure out if our friend the parrot is down here at 90 at the message in a bottle, how far, how many blocks, and in what direction would he need to go to get there? So now I have to look at where he is, and he's down here at 90 at the message in a bottle, and I want him to travel up here. So I'm going to have him move, he's going to have to move north, and he's going to have to move west. So we're going to move, he's going to have to travel 1, 2, 3 blocks north, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks west. 1, 2, 3 blocks north, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks west, and that brings him to the captain's ship, the captain's wheel, which is over here at x coordinate of 4 and the y coordinate of 3. Now we find ourselves at our last task where we are going to help our friend find the treasure. How far and in what direction would Parrot need to travel to reach the treasure? So again, I'm looking up here. Here is Parrot and here is the treasure. He is going to need to travel north. He is going to need to travel east. So we're going to start where he is at 4, 3, and he's going to travel 1, 2 blocks north and 1, 2, 3 blocks east. And that will bring our parrot 1, 2 blocks north, 1, 2, 3 blocks east to our treasure, which can be found at an x coordinate of 7 and a y coordinate of 5. Today we use directional symbols to find and plot points on a coordinate grid. Thank you for joining us.